Tim Tebow.
Tim Tebow. Yeah, what do you think? What do you think of this?
I don't think he has a chance. I don't think he has a chance of making it in the NFL as a tight end. The dude hasn't been in the NFL in the last 6 years. The dude, he tried to make it in professional baseball. Look where that got him. I mean, do you think otherwise? Because I don't think he has a realistic chance of making it in the NFL. I think they're going to sign him for training camp, and then he's going to get cut, and he's going to go through the same emotions and the same motions all over again. I think he's doing this I think this is a publicity stunt. I don't know what you think, but I think this is a publicity stunt.
Well, you look at his position as leader inside a locker room. I think the Jaguars are looking for that. They're looking for his athleticism. The guy can run a 4.600, which isn't great. It's not top in the NFL, but it's pretty good. And he's 250 pounds. He's a big guy, big, strong guy. They can run the Wildcat. Gives him a lot more options. I don't know. I'm not saying he's going to start. I'm not saying he's going to be a miracle for this team, but I think he can make an impact in the NFL. I think the guy has a shot.
Do you think he'll survive training camp?
I think he'll thrive in training camp. I think his conditioning has always been peak. He's not like we were looking at Eddie Lacy earlier today, and Eddie Lacy's one's one of maybe the best running back in the NFL. Now the guy has a gut like bigger than mine, right? He's way out to here. You know, Tim Tebow took care of himself physically.
Yeah.
Right. But granted, he hasn't played quarterback in the NFL since 2011, a long time ago. 10 years ago is a forever.
Yeah.
1 year is forever in the NFL.
But look what he did in baseball. He couldn't crack an egg in baseball.
But neither could Michael Jordan.
No.
One of the greatest basketball player of all time. Go try to take your talents to baseball. It's very difficult to hit a ball.
People are even saying Tim Tebow has as much a chance of making in the NFL as Gary Roberts does with signing with the Albany Cougars. It just doesn't make sense, but the guy wants to give it a shot.
Well, from what I hear, the Cougars are looking at Gary Roberts right now.
Yeah.
They're looking very closely at maybe developing his talent, and he's going to try out some equipment over there. He's going to lace up the skates, he's going to get out on the ice, and he's looking to play a position for the Cougars this year.
But hey, but here's the thing. A lot of people are comparing Tim Tebow to Gary Roberts. Is that a mistake, or is that something that is so true? You got two different sports. One guy wants to play ice hockey. The other guy wants to try to make it in the NFL. Where's the middle ground here?
It all comes down to who can make the team. Who's going to make the cut? You got to prove yourself out there on the ice, be it on the ice, be it on the field. You got to bring it.
Yeah.
So I mean, Tim Tebow, he's going to have to bring his A game, and Gary, he's going to have to show the commitment that he shows to other things in his life to this new sport of hockey.
Yeah.
But
will Roberts start every single game? People are saying, oh, he's too old. He's way past his prime. He did it in high school. He did this. He signed with Special Olympics. That didn't work out. He's trying to play baseball right now. He's doing this. He's doing that. Can the kid get his crap together? And can he get it? Can he prove something? What can he prove?
Well, the answer is yes. He can do it.
Yeah.
Will he do it? That's up to him.
Yeah.
But I think he's the type of guy that he enjoys working towards these goals.
Yeah.
And
can he be a leader in the locker room? Can he be that guy?
He can be. He can be.
Yeah.
He can be. He's got to do it. Got to do it.
He tried. I think from what we've heard, he misses being part of a team. He did it in he was the manager of the football team in high school. He did wrestling. But he secretly always wanted to play hockey. But could this be his dream chance of him playing hockey? Could he be a novice? We don't know. We don't know these things. Could the NHL look at him? I mean, what do you think? Do you think the NHL could come in and be like, "Hey, that kid's a stud. Let's sign him"?
Well, right now I would say a door's open.
Yeah.
He's got to walk through that door.
Yeah.
So walking through that door, playing the game, getting to know his teammates, seeing how he likes the ice, And you know he's going to love that locker room. You know he's going to love that camaraderie.
Yeah.
So and he's got to.
But are the Cougars making a right decision signing this kid? Are they making the right? Is this the right move for the franchise? Is it the right move for everybody in the organization? Where do you think the heads are at management of the Albany Cougars? Where do you think their head is at?
I think you got to trust in their judgment. I think if they're looking at this guy, you know, they know what they're doing for. They're looking for a recruit, and you know, Gary's got to show him what he's got.
Yeah.
And
do they sign him for 1 year, or do they sign him for a multi-year deal, or do you think he has to prove himself on that rookie contract?
Well, when you're a rookie, sometimes you'll get that rookie signing.
Yeah.
But you know, after that first year, we'll see how.
He's an undrafted free agent, so he went undrafted in the draft. You know, a lot of people, he didn't really get that. He wasn't like a Trevor Lawrence or a Wayne Gretzky or all these or David Pasternak and all these different greats. Where does he fall? Can he?
It's too early to say.
Yeah.
It's too early to say. So let's get him. Let's get the skates on his feet. Let's get him out there in the ice. Let's get him playing with his team.
Yeah.
And let's see how he matches up against competition. But I think he's going to be great.
A lot of people are saying, is Tim Tebow getting overlooked or overshadowing Colin Kaepernick? Because a lot of people are upset that Tim Tebow is getting a shot over Colin Kaepernick, but you got all the racial stuff and everything like that. Where do you think this is going?
It's a complicated issue. You know, race is something that can be very, very complicated and very divisive, and you know, it's something you really gotta skate a really tough line on that for you hockey fans out there. But you know, I think Tim Tebow's a different type of guy. Like he's probably not good enough to play quarterback in the NFL. And
he tried that.
He tried it. He's just not the most athletic guy. However, he is very big. He's very strong. He's very fast, and he has a great mind for football. So the tight end, I know the Patriots. I know he tried out for the Patriots, and he was on their squad, and I think he threw a touchdown in preseason.
Yeah.
He looked okay. But he looks a little awkward as quarterback. They wanted to convert him to tight end.
Yeah.
And at the time, he says, I'm only interested in playing quarterback. And he said that to several teams, and they just didn't.
He said that to the Chiefs. He said that to the Chiefs. He said that to the Ravens, and he said that to the Browns.
Yep.
Those were the only teams that were interested in him at tight end.
Yep.
10, 11 years goes by, and all of a sudden the Jaguars are interested in him as a tight end?
Well, I think he's interested in them, too.
Yeah.
He was interested now, maybe I'll become a tight end.
Yeah.
So once he said that, team said, oh, you know, he looks like a tight end to us. He's a big guy, right? He matches up against linebackers with speed.
But do we look at who the head coach is? The head coach is his former college coach. So could this be him? Is this a work? Do you think this is a work? Do you think this is a scam? Do you think Urban Meyer's just bringing him in just to have him around? Is he going to make him a coach?
You could definitely use it as a publicity stunt. Any team could, because Tim Tebow, in 2011, he was the biggest story in football. He was on the cover of every sports magazine. Everybody talked about it every night on SportsCenter. Tim Tebow's this. He's terrible. He's great. He's this. He's that. So
his faith
generates a lot of interest.
Yeah.
Put people in the seats. In the NFL, do you really need to put that many people in the seats?
No.
Because you're going to sell out a lot of those games anyway, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it might generate some preseason hype, but I can't imagine they would go through all this without thinking he had a legitimate shot.
Yeah. So. And they're not going to bring him in for training camp and then cut him, right? They're not going to...
No, that could happen. That could very well happen. He's going to compete against some other really, really highly qualified tight ends.
Yeah.
And he's going to have to be better than one of those guys to make the team. Maybe two of those guys to make the team.
But is Urban Meyer just being like, hey, I want to bring you in, but if we cut you, we'll make you an assistant coach? Like...
I don't know. I don't know what's in the man's mind.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have that skill, but we'll have to see.
On a more somber note, Special Olympics. Special Olympics. Gary Roberts' deal is almost up with them. He decided he did not want to renew his contract. The Albany Cougars are interested in him, but we learned this past Monday that last Friday, the Albany Mighty Pucks floor hockey team lost their head coach to cancer. What are your thoughts on Coach Grathwol.
Anytime a team loses its coach, very sad. Devastating.
Yeah.
I'm sure the coach would want all the players to continue on growing in life, right? Their life doesn't end just because his suddenly did.
Yeah.
So they've got to move on with their lives and become the
Play for
men
him.
that they were meant to be.
Do you think that this upcoming season, they most deadly will honor him every time they take the court, every time they?
I'm sure he'll always be on their mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think?
I think that Coach Grathwol, I think he did so much for the sport. He was one of the greatest coaches of all time we've seen. And, he's coached softball, he's coached volleyball, and floor hockey was the highlight of his life. But I think it's hard to replace a guy like that. I don't think you ever replace a guy like that. A guy who dedicated his life to Special Olympics and gave so much to the organization. And I think the world is going to miss the heck out of this guy. But I think he would want the sport to go on. I think, they say that there's that famous saying, the show must go on. I think the team needs to come together, and I think the town of Albany needs to rally around this team, and kind of just. Where do you think? Do you think the town needs to come together? Do you think the team needs to come together?
Yeah, that healing process needs to happen, right? So
Yeah.
those people will come together, and I didn't know the man as you did.
Yeah.
And you could speak on his
Yeah,
life.
Coach was just
what he meant to everybody.
He was an incredible guy. I remember my very last conversation with him. I had asked for my release from the Albany Mighty Pucks to pursue hockey, and because I'm also looking to get a job. I got a job here at Undisputed and First Take, so I think replacing Stephen A. But I think that Coach Grathwol will always be on my mind. I think I'm gonna try to make him proud in everything I do. I think that he's our last conversation was a great one. He said that the very last thing he said to me was, "You'll always be a part of this team, no matter if you're in school or if you're working or if you're playing another sport." And I said, "Why do you say that, Coach?" And he said, "'Cause pucks fly together." So, yeah, rest in peace, Coach.
Rest in peace.